As nightfall descends across Yarm, the cannonball event at the Quays is fired, showering drunken students across the streets. It is the job of the street angels and street pastors to pick up the pieces and keep revellers safe from harm.
We're just out here to look after them, provide any help that we possibly can, whether it's they're ill, providing flip-flops or, bottles of water, lollipops, and just really to make sure they get home safe.
So thank you from everyone else, thank you very much.
We just reach out and give a help to people who are in need.
Natalie is a criminology student at Teesside University. She volunteers with the Middlesbrough Street Angels on cold Saturday nights where many of her friends are out on the town. But first, a hot meal to ready herself for the long evening ahead. So how do you feel before you go out on a patrol?
Always slightly excited, always wondering how many nutters I'll walk into, because that's always the best part of the evening. Also a bit nervous, because obviously I'm still quite new to the Angels, so it's still a bit weird going out at night. And I like volunteering, I get a high out of helping people. Yeah, I've seen some pretty weird stuff up till now, and it's always fun to see if I can beat it the night I go out, because nutters are always good.
As the Angels don their halos, backpacks and reflective jackets, Natalie tells us of what kind of stuff she gets up to in the night.
Basically, this girl, she was out for her birthday and her friends had left her. And she didn't think she had enough money to get home, and she ran out of credit on her mobile. She was basically not having a good night. But we were just there. Our basic job was to calm her down, get her into a taxi, get her on the way home, and just, be there, keep her calm, just get her to where she needs to be. It feels extremely rewarding to help someone, because not only does it make you feel good, but you can also see what a difference it makes to the people in the community.
Even with late night shifts, Steve still finds the time to let some loose at the range.
My friend and I used to do an awful lot of competitive athletics, track and field, road racing, etc. But as we've got older, we've lost our speed and decided to have some fun instead.
For 30 years, Steve worked in the police force, so the transfer to the street pastors was relatively easy.
It's always been something that I've had a passion for, even whilst I was still at school and college. And although the job has changed in a lot of respects, it's still primarily about helping people. And I think there's a reward in itself for doing that. It helped me understand what the problems were out there already, and I've obviously been able to pass that on to other volunteers in training and guidance.
Natalie winds down with something a bit more extreme: kayaking.
I love the idea of being able to swim and be in a boat at the same time. It's really social. The polo is really fun. Plenty of things to do. I mean, obviously there's the ball, you can roll, you can capsize people, which is the best bit. I think I've just been brought up in an extreme sports family. I mean, at home we're doing skiing, skateboarding, biking. I like the adrenaline rushes that you get.
The Christian Nightlife Initiative, which launched the Street Angels and Street Pastors, now operates in over 300 towns across the UK. Steve converted to Christianity 17 years ago, but believes that anybody can be an angel.
Street Angels throughout the UK has grown basically from the Christian churches, although the volunteers aren't all from the Christian faith. We're welcome people from all faiths or of no faith at all. Perhaps people will put themselves in a position that we might not put ourselves in, but nevertheless, we're still prepared to help them. And hopefully, they'll see what we, as God's love in action through us, and they see that Street Angels is just one of the many things that we can do to help people regardless of the circumstances and without judgment.
Natalie is not of Christian faith, but instead volunteers for other motives.
Yeah, I was a lot more religious when I was younger. I think because I believed in it when I was younger. As I grew up, I started questioning what I was being told and started believing in science slightly more. I'm not as religious now, I don't think. I probably don't take a God is waiting for you kind of view like I used to.
In spite of all this, she still finds time to battle the binges on a weekly basis.
It feels good to be out and help people, and it also shows that there's people out there, and you're not just going to be left on your own. Chris is there every week, and we normally, if it's a bit cold, or normally we kind of just go to the burger van, get him a burger, normally a cheeseburger, and we just normally take it to him, have a bit of a chat. It means a great deal to him because it might be the only food you get. Just a smile on the face when they get the food or the hot drink. and you can just tell it's cheered up the night and it's made them happy.
As the night draws to a close and the staff start to sweep the shame of the evening into the gutters, Steve feels this is the most important time to keep vigilant.
Well, I've just spoken with the door staff and they're still pretty full, 600 and odd people in there. And very, very quickly, most of them will come out, they'll need to cross the road to the taxis. But it's just a case of making sure that people get across the road safely, get into a taxi quickly. But obviously there is a likelihood that some of those who are going to have difficulty through having had too much to drink, etc., they might need a little bit of help and support in that respect.
As Natalie finishes her shift, she wishes the night had brought her one last thing.
It's been a good night, pretty quiet, I have to admit. Disappointed I didn't see a few more nutters, but I lived through the pain. If you get some really crazy nutters, they can't just make your day. But sometimes the good stuff helps as well. Like helping people, sometimes you just get a real rush from that. I would definitely encourage people to join it because it's such a rewarding experience. And not just rewarding for the person joining, it's also rewarding for the community itself.